Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Benuel Sammett, another Benuel Sammett video. Sorry. Sorry it's a premiere again. This is becoming a very Thursday thing to do, isn't it? So today I'm a bit short on time, so I'm just gonna. I thought I'd just go through the G1000 flight deck setup for a route. So I'm gonna set up the route that I'm gonna, our next explain stream will be. So I hope you enjoy. It's going to be short. I'm sorry. I'll find a way to make it up somehow. I know I owe you a 400 sub special, so that's in the works as well, and it will definitely be a stream. So just hold fire on that one. All right then. So I've got a route already set. No, I don't. So this is the G1000 boards. So this is the Cirrus Vision Jet SF50. So we get two G1000s in here. The one with the cross there thingy showing your pitch, altitude, speed on the left here, heading. So you've got that, and on the other side it's the same panel on the outside of the actual buttons, and you've got a map in the middle. We've zoomed in. So we're at Berlin, right now Berlin. Okay, cool. I'm just going to really walk through as much as I know, and as much as you're going to need for setting up the Cirrus Vision Jet. So I hope this is useful. Obviously, it's not just for X-Plane. It's similar in all other simulators, and I think FS 2020. This will definitely still be useful, and you won't need to know much more in this deck. So the main buttons that you will need to know when you're setting up the autopilots are. So usually I ignore the left-hand side in the Cirrus Vision Jet. But obviously, if you do not have the autopilot buttons down here, so that's you've got autopilot, nav, which is LNAV, VNAV, vertical speed, altitude selector is very important, and your vertical speed selector. They're all the important things. If you don't have them in your aircraft with the G1000s, you can use that's your heading there. I think you can pick your altitude. Some altitudes down there. Look, vertical speed is somewhere too. I can't remember where. Oh yeah, there we go. And those up and those down. So that's your main buttons. So this is also an important button. It's your direct button. Sometimes your flight plan doesn't go to plan, so you just put in your first waypoint that you get from your flight plan into the direct, and then you can add on after. I won't go into too much detail on that because it doesn't happen very often. The page menu thing, you probably won't need to know that unless you're going to be more advanced with it. So activate leg, you can do from here anyway. Store flight plan, if you're flying a lot of the same route and you want to have that. Invert flight plan as well, if you're flying returns, are very useful. Procedures, that's quite an advanced thing. You don't really need to know at this stage. So let's say we are flying across to Copenhagen today then, and get the flight plan up. So obviously we are departing from Berlin Tegel, which is EDDT. And then we are arriving in Copenhagen Kastrup, EKCH, is it not? Copenhagen. Copenhagen. CH, yeah. I thought it was CP for a moment there, didn't really put that into account. So the rest of the details just filling in the page very, very quickly here on SimToolkit for not on SimToolkit, for SimBrief. So see, if you do have a 6-digit departure and arrival thing, then it can be a little bit interesting. So you might want to just select your departures in here. So you can go to procedure, use the inside dial. There we go. I'm finding words finally for a change. To scroll down to the second to select departure even. Then you can press enter to go to the next page. And our departure today is the Racket 1 Tango. So we can press enter on that. And we're going to be departing runway 08 left. And we can enter again to load. I don't really usually do this so much. So now we can use the outside dial here on the FMS section to scroll down past Racket onto our next waypoint, where we can add in our middle waypoint, which is Lave. So Lima, Alpha, Bravo. On this one. I bet you haven't heard me at all. I don't think the audio has worked. So what I basically just did, I'm not sure if the audio works, so please let me know. I'm sorry if it was working to repeat myself. I just selected the next waypoint and scrolling along with the next dial. You don't need to select an approach because this one apparently didn't want to let me. So we're just going to find a nearby waypoint. So we'll go to Baslo as our next waypoint. So go back to flight plan. And why has this happened? Very strange. So we're going to keep on scrolling down and replace that with Mona, Mike, Oscar, November, Alpha, Kilo. There we go. And why is this happening today? We're just going to delete Berlin Tegel, which should just come back on now. You know, if you get something that you don't want on there, then you can just deal with it. So we're going for our next waypoint of Baslo, Bravo, Alpha, Sierra, Lima, oopsie, Oscar on the outside type again. Enter, and then you can put in your final airport, which is Echo, Kilo. Charlie. Hotel. And that's all I really do. So, you know, that's the flight plan bit done. So you can kind of, at that point I would kind of go and take off. I'll explain what all the rest of this does. I don't really use any of the bottom stuff. It's just not really proving to be necessary. So then you can sort out your altitude. Sure. And then that's really it. So obviously on this panel, you can use the minus and plus to zoom in and zoom out on the nav. There's a little bit of an error here where it just loads when it gets to 37.5 or roughly that. So you can see local airports and things like that. Sorry if there's any background noise. And obviously in the zero split jet, as I said, your autopilot is nav, VNav, autopilot, vertical speed and altitude select. Thank you for today. Be sure to leave a like. I'm very sorry that I 1 can't speak and 2 can't do a long stream. Thanks for watching and I will see you tomorrow.